Beginning of the parasha in Pasuk Yud Gimel, Pasuk says that Hashem says to Noach, Ki mala haaretz chamas mipenehem. Even though there were many chatoim, but Hashem singles out the avera of chamas, which is gezel, theft, as the reason for bringing the flood, for bringing the mabul. And that's what Rashi says, Nechtam gzar dinam ela la gezel. Rashi says that the gzera was finalized only because of gezel. Interesting, we find that the Dara Mabul, they had become corrupt in many different ways, in many terrible sins that are considered the Gimel Chamuras, Gilei Arayos, Avodah Zarah, Shlichas Damim. And yet, when we're talking about what was the final straw, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, now we're going to bring the Mabul? It's because of Gezel. It seems a little bit out of place. Why Gezel is a terrible thing, of course. The theft is a terrible thing, you're not allowed to steal, but why particularly Gezel was the thing that sealed the fate of the generation of the Mabul? Shem Shmuel brings that the Rambam and the Chavis Havavos explain, why is it that a person, when he doesn't eat, he feels hungry? Well, what's the point of that? A person has to eat. Of course he has to eat, it's for his health. But why give a person hunger pangs when he doesn't eat? And they explain, the Rishonim explain, because a person can get busy, a person can forget about eating, and he'll forget that he has to eat to sustain himself, and he can go a whole day without eating, or a whole 2 days. And if he doesn't feel hungry, he may forget to eat. It's detriment to his health. It's unhealthy not to eat for so many days on end. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave a gift, gave the power that a person feels hungry when he doesn't eat. It hurts him. It feels uncomfortable, and then he knows he has to eat. Says the Shem Shmuel, the same thing is with spiritual matters, with ruchnias. Like the Mishnah says, every day there's a baskel that comes out from Har Cherev, and it says, oh, it's terrible, people are forsaking the Torah. There's a certain alarm clock with rings, which rings within us. We hear these baskels, we get this hisayrus, we feel within us a desire to do something to fix our spiritual matziv. And this is a gift that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives, just like He gives us hunger pains, He gives us spiritual pains when we're lacking spirituality. And this brings a person, sometimes He brings a person to his iris, to do tshuva. He feels that he has to do better, he has to become better. These are all gifts that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives a person. And He gives it because He wants a person to be able to fulfill himself materially and spiritually. When a person steals, says the Shem Shmuel, things that don't belong to him, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, listen, you're taking away things that you're not supposed to take. You're taking away other things that belong to other people. I'm going to take certain things away from you also. And He takes away these gifts that He gave us, these hunger pains that He gave us, in order that we should feel that we should want to do tshuva. He takes it away from us. And that's what it means. The Mabul, of course, the Dara Mabul, they did terrible sins, but there were other times in history when people behaved very badly. But eventually, a Navi came, eventually somebody else came, gave them Musar, and brought them back and gave them this iris to do tshuva. When they started deteriorating to the level that even what's his is not his and what's mine is not mine, and everything became a free-for-all, and I can take what's his, and this Hashem says, okay, you took what's his, you're not careful anymore with those boundaries, I'm going to cut off the other bound. I'm not going to make boundaries either. I'm not going to give you this iris necessary to bring a person to do tshuva. Could be that that's also the pshat why in the Yom Kippur davening, at the end of the Yom Kippur davening in the Eilah, we mention Gezel, that Hashem should save us from the terrible sin of Gezel, because keeping the boundaries of what's mine and what's yours is so important, not only because of the seriousness of the Aver itself of Gezel, but because of what happens when a person steals. He breaks down the barriers, and Chas v'Shalom and HaKadosh Baruch Hu also, the reaction is that we lose the barriers of those reminders, of those alarm clocks that are within us to bring us to be able to do tshuva. Good Shabbos.